What's going on? Welcome back to Trending Stocks. Today is March the 10th. I want to give you a quick pre-market update, go over some of the hot movers and what big money is doing today. Before we get into any of that, make sure you guys hit that thumbs up. And with that, let's get right to it. So starting off with data points, we don't have a whole lot today, so it's going to be more of a reflection day. And so far, that's not really working out all too well. So Dow is down 1.01, S&P 1.21, and NASDAQ 1.35. So not shaping up to be all that great. One thing that is happening across many different sectors is analysts are giving just downgrades based on no fundamental changes to the actual companies itself, rather due to the broader economy. So it's kind of an interesting thing. So a lot of people will be panicking about upcoming data. So this data, JOLT numbers tomorrow and CPI on Wednesday, are absolutely key, that they must come in either in line or better than anticipated. If not, you're going to see a crazy pullback. At the same time, I do see a lot of posts about this. So Canada's new PM, Mark Carney, and how he might disrupt a lot of the previous negotiations associated to tariffs, and that he's just going to escalate everything. I don't see that being feasible. A lot of just fear mongering out there. And because Mark is very pro free trade, so essentially that doesn't really jive with any escalation for tariffs. So again, I think just a lot of people are assuming the worst. But getting right to it, SoFi is down 2.62%. No news, no SEC filings, nothing along those lines. Shorts, 12.35% of the free float is being shorted. Works out to be 133.07 million shares overall are being shorted. With it right now, pre-market at 12.26. It is trading between this S2 and this S3, so 11.31 is a strong support, which I don't see even in the worst case scenario. I don't see that being touched today. And then 12.72 is going to be the next strong target / resistance. So it's definitely, the market's giving a lot of individuals a discount with SoFi, and those same individuals were saying that they would be buying at these levels, like when it was at like 17 and so forth. So take advantage of these prices, because you never know how long they'll last, or unless you anticipate like a very broad market pullback again, or even a further one, then yeah, just hold on and do what you need to do. But moving on, ticker is RDFN. So Redfin just announced today that they are getting acquired by rocket companies, and it shows right here a price of roughly $12.50 per share. And ultimately, if we kind of go back over here, it is $10.17 pre-market. So you can trade it, do what you need to do, just do not pay more than that, because if this deal does go through, you're only going to get that $12.50 or whatever per share. So just do your own due diligence. So the gap between that $12.50 and where it is now is the level of hesitation that this deal will not go through. So again, you can trade it, do what you need to do, but still, and it is somewhat heavily shorted, but still, like I said, whenever there's like a predetermined price, usually the market will take it too close to that level. So that might happen during the trading day, but 15.82% of the free float is being shorted, works out to be 19.13 million shares. But I don't feel like that is going to play an influence in today. But moving on, you surprisingly have another acquisition. And typically, whenever you see M&A start to increase in the broader market, that typically does signal that that's like the bottom, right? So I don't know, back to back, very heavily traded in the pre-market. Maybe it might mean that there's something coming, or like this is the bottom in the economy. But Sun Pharma to acquire Checkpoint Therapeutics, and based on this, it does show, I think, a upfront payment of $4.10, and then afterwards a price, or you're going to get 70 cents per share. I think achievement of milestone, so 480 overall. Right now, pre-market, it is sitting at 412. So again, difference between 412 and that 480 is that level of hesitation that the deal will not go through. It is heavily shorted, so 24.04% of the free float's being shorted, works out to be 7.38 million shares. But like I said, I think shorts won't really play that big of a part, if anything, in both cases. So Redfin and this, shorts will be kind of returning. So let me know your viewpoint on that. Palantir is getting hit, so down 3.83%. They did put out news today, nothing really crazy in my opinion, so no reason to go out and buy Palantir nor sell. So what is really moving it this morning is just macro fears and concerns. They even did get added to the index, so S&P 100, so that should in theory add some liquidity. That's going to be fully done by March the 24th. So again, I think if you believe in Palantir bigger picture, take advantage, buy the dip, do what you need to do, unless again you anticipate, like, let's say the world to end or something like that. But 3.28% at the free float is being shorted, works out to be 71.16 million shares. So I like to look at this as a good benchmark. So shorts, like if they felt that Palantir truly was going to go down significantly, they would be doubling down, but they're not. So this is kind of a good benchmark to kind of think of. And so essentially by shorts not really doing all that much, it does show that maybe the market is just overreacting quite significantly. But if you're looking at trading it with at 81.44, it is trading between this pivot and this S1, so 78.34 is going to be the next strong support. So just watch for that. You never know how fast Palantir can go down and vice versa, how fast it can go up. It's one of those crazy stocks. So just watch for 78. Flip side, 96.27 is going to be the next strong target / resistance. I don't see that being touched unless later in the week we have good data, very good data, of course. So in case you don't know, we have jolt numbers, CPI, PPI, and then Michigan consumer sentiment. So it should make for a very fun time. And then last but not least, Mera, so down 4.43% because crypto took a beating over the weekend, complete beating. So it is down because of that. No news associated to them at all, but 25.15% of the free float is being shorted, works it to be 85.37 million shares. So I would anticipate in this case shorts to be a little bit more active and try to double down and hit them where it hurts. So just watch for that. But aside from that, on a technical standpoint, with it at 1532, it is trading right below this R2. So 1534 is going to be that next strong target / resistance and be a key pivot for today. So if you're going to see any sort of recovery, has to be above that and close above that. But 1468 is going to be the next strong support, and I don't see that being touched, and most likely it'll just be trading around this R2. So let me know your viewpoint on these stocks. Is there any other stocks that's floating your boat that you're going to be buying, selling, holding, or whatever you're doing? Let me know your viewpoint. One final thing, pop over to my Patreon. I get buy signals on stocks, options, and crypto. Many of them have been absolutely on point and bangers. Definitely worthwhile to pop over there and take a look. With all that, appreciate all of you watching.